I'm back home today. I'm gonna do another vlog. So I have three today. Eventually, I get them out on YouTube. By the time you all get to see this, it'll be on YouTube. But this time I'm going to make a sauce, or kind of like a sauce out of some leftover little soup thing that I have, which is some lentils and I think carrots and something else in there. Um, and I'm gonna add avocado and salmon to that, and then also cut up a little pieces of some little piece of pork, and I'll put all the information eventually in the description, or it'll be in the description by the time you're seeing this. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna just pretty much blenderize the hell out of these things, make into like a little soup or a little sauce, see how it is, and maybe eventually make a dish from this process someday in the future. Probably using like avocado and salmon and maybe garlic to make a sauce, and then maybe chicken as the meat, and maybe a piece of pork as the meat, and some rice. But anyway, today I'll just do the blenderizing process. So let's get started. I got everything over here. Um, I gotta clean up a little bit, but here's the leftover bit of that soup stuff. Um, it has lentils and carrots and some other stuff in there. And then in this bag, I have to get the other ingredients. Oh yes, I forgot about one thing. I also am going to add a pear to sweeten it. So all these groceries in here cost me only about $7. It's about like $8. It's better kind of when budgeting and things to round up to make sure you have a little bit left over rather than to be too exact, unless you have to be exact, because at least that way it's easier to keep under budget. So there's that stuff. Here are the other stuff, the other ingredients. This is the so that is the I think you put the wrong label on this. This should be a piece of pork. And there's a pear. I'm going to cut this up and add it. And salmon, which I'm going to blenderize this. Should be on there. Salmon portion, 5-ounce skin off. Yep. So that's over there. I got to clean this stuff up too. And the avocado. Avocado, this is for brain health. This is really good for brain health. The pear, I'm going to use this because it's a better way to sweeten food. And I'll give it a little bit of sweet stuff because my soup that I made is a little tart. The salmon, also excellent for brain health because it has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. And the natural form is much better than just taking pills. And this should be pork. It was pork when I saw what he took. I think he just put the wrong label on it. And I still like eating meat, although it's not a large piece of pork. That it's only 2.26 of a pound, so that's about 4 ounces or 5 ounces, I think, or maybe less than 6 ounces. And here's the receipt for all that. That shows the prices and stuff. So yeah, I got the pork probably at a lower price because he put the wrong label on. Alright, so I just got to clean up all these things a little bit. At least get them out of the way. And then prepare. Here's the salmon. And my knife. All right, so now I just have to prepare. That's the pork. Just have to prepare these ingredients. I'm still getting a sense of how much my phone can store. So my phone might cut off. But anyway, I'm going to cut the pear into smaller parts. I'm going to blenderize the whole thing. I include all the skin because of all the nutrients that are in the skin. But anyway, I'm adding the pear because it'll make it a little sweeter. And I'm still exploring different flavors and combinations and getting a sense of what tastes good together and how to prepare things. And you know, one thing that I would have definitely done is gone to like some serious chef, like culinary school. Like I think there's Cordon Bleu. There's some in France. They have some here in Boston. They even have some for like kneecap, which you learn like sauces and stuff, but it's mainly for like staff or like more technical people in the kitchen as opposed to the sous chefs. So I don't really know exactly how this is going to turn out, but I'm expecting it'll definitely be healthy because the ingredients are really healthy. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, if anything, I'll just add some other things, or maybe ask some people if I'm still looking for things to add to make it taste kind of like the way I like food to taste. But it's definitely going to be healthy, so I definitely won't throw it away. I'll definitely be eating all of it, and keeping it clean so that it doesn't spoil due to bacteria or fungi or yeah, those are the main things. But I guess viruses can also affect food too and cause it to spoil. I actually keep my counter pretty clean all the time. I don't really use any kind of major detergent for it. I don't like that stuff because it's harsh on my hands and my skin. But I usually wipe it down with a towel or water and stuff, and like everything I put on top is clean. And my food hasn't been spoiling, so I'm pretty sure that it's very clean. But yeah, it was interesting to learn what clean is. I learned what clean is from Sabiston, which is a big surgical text. And I started realizing that how different being clean is to being antiseptic. So there's the pear. I'm going to cut up all the pear. I think I will actually leave this part and do something with this. So I'll just put it in a bowl, put it over here, and I can maybe use that little bit left to make a drink or something. And I'm just going to put it in the blender. So there's the blender. And I'm probably going to just use milk with this because I have some milk and I don't want it to spoil. So I got to start using that milk. I have a little bit of milk in the fridge. And that milk somebody actually left in a bag with some cereal, which I'd used before. Okay, so with that I'm going to add this avocado, and this I'm just going to cut. The avocado is actually quite, this one is not as soft as what I'm used to, and I think it's partly because I'm in New England right now and it's in the winter. But yeah, the avocados that, like in Florida and in Jamaica, end up usually being quite soft, much quicker. But I think I could leave it, I could have left it to ripen more, but kind of just want to add it and eat it. So I'm just using a spoon to spoon out the avocado, and here I just got to remove the nut or the seed. So there goes that. And then I'll just spoon this avocado out too. So like I said before, the avocado is really good because of the type of lipids that are in it, and that's really good for the brain. And it's in a very, an unprocessed form, which means it's not going to be as high in concentration of those lipids, which makes it healthier, way healthier, say, than getting avocado oil even. But if you have avocado oil, don't throw it away. Just use a little bit, very little bit at a time, until you're finished it, because it's still good, but just can't overindulge in avocado oil as much as you can in pure avocado. So there's that. And there's the avocado. I'm pretty sure this is going to make it taste really good and provide a really good texture. And so that's that. So with that, I just want to add a little bit of the milk. And this milk that I have is actually just, I think it's 2% or 1% milk. I usually get whole milk. So this one is actually fat-free milk. I usually get whole milk. But, and that should be enough to start. But since I didn't have to pay for that, went ahead and used it. And here is the salmon. I'm going to use the entire salmon. It's really nice to use scissors in the kitchen. It's a lot healthier for your body as opposed to always cutting with a knife or ripping things apart with hands and fingers. So there's the salmon. I'm just going to put that on the counter. It smells really good, and I'm just going to carefully slice this so that it blends. I want it to liquefy even, a puree. So at least this gives a little bit of a little meat in the sauce, which I like, because I like a lot of meat still, although I don't eat as much meat as I used to. Mainly because of Caldwell B. Esselstyn and his the evidence from his plant-based diet. So there goes the salmon into the blender. And I'll have to clean the counter after this. I might use a little bit of the Clorox bleach or something of the salmon. But I usually, I try not to dirty up my counter too much. Alright, so that's going to be it for the sauce. It should taste good. I'm pretty sure this sauce is going to be amazing. I'm really not joking. But those ingredients can't really go wrong. And so now I just have to blend. Plugged in. I start with stir. And I'm going to add a little bit more milk because I'll probably heat this up and want it to be a little more liquidy. But it does taste good. Actually tastes really amazing. You can taste the salmon even. So there it is. So I guess I'll just leave it like that for now. So with that, what was I going to do? Maybe I'll add a little bit of milk. And then I'll cut up the pork and add the pork. That's what I was going to make. A little bit like a soup with pork kind of thing. Alright, so now it's time for the pork. Once I cut up the pork, then I'll add a little bit more milk, get my pot ready, and so here's the pork. And I just need the scissors yet again. So here's the pork. And this pork is only about 0.26 pounds. I'm gonna dice it because, I just wanted to use it in this little soup, and I don't want to eat it all at one time. And then I think I'll add a little bit more milk to just make this this little sauce more liquidy, so that it'll boil a lot easier. And then I'll add the pork and the sauce together. So that's pretty much all it takes to really make a decent sauce. Is some really nice, excellent, healthy ingredients, and a blender, obviously a knife, and then a nice piece of meat, and probably cooking some rice, which I could do, but I don't think I'm going to do that for this video because I don't want, I might not have enough storage space. I don't want my, to have to do too many clips for this. But if you look up my video on the healthiest way to cook rice, that is pretty much what I'd end up doing with some white rice. And then just adding that. And that is one of my earliest vlogs. So there's the pork. I'm going to go over there. And now I just need to put these things away. Unsalted cashews for another day. Have a sandwich that I'll eat another day. And here's my pot, which is cleaned already. I'm just gonna wash this out. And I guess I should put that on a plate. So there it is, the diced pork. You can go right there. It's time to liquefy this sauce a little bit more by adding a little more milk. And then All right, so I actually left the my mixture overnight, mainly because of the iPhone storage. But it's doing well. It's not spoiling, so I just left it, and I'll probably cook it a little bit later and finish up the rest of the vlog a little bit later. But with the pear, what I decided to do with this piece is I'm just gonna cut this, and then just add this to my mixture when I heat it up with my other meats. So I got a piece of chicken too. Alright, so I have more storage on my iPhone, freed up some space. Alright, so pretty much, here's the pot. I'm just going to put the things in here. There's the pear. I cut the rest of that pear. That'll provide a little bit of sugar, a little sweetness to the to my mixture or my sauce. And okay, so my phone cut off again. But anyway, here is the meats that I put in there. That's the chicken, the piece of the chicken that I found, and I just cut that up. That stuff is clean. This is the pork that I bought. So I cut that up, and the pears are down in there at the bottom. Here's my mixture, and I'm going to pour that on top of the meats. Add just enough water so that it can boil and cook the meats, and then I'll have it to eat, pretty much. And in the time since I started this video, my father actually came up to Back Bay, Boston. That's him up there. He's already sleeping. My God. So yeah, his grandfather is actually from Hong Kong, China. So I'm starting to learn Cantonese. And his mother, she's pretty much Asian, or looks Asian. His father's kind of, well, brown, maybe like a 4C or something like that. Alright, so okay, so this is I'm just going to actually take this, pour some of it into the meats just to cover it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put this in the fridge and save that. The big secret to keeping the food from spoiling is learning how to keep microbes out of it. You don't want to be antiseptic all the time, but just enough so that the colony count is not so high, and therefore it won't be a health issue. Pretty much, if you see colonies forming on meat or food, which you can actually see, it's often a white color or a blue color or a green color, then yeah, it might not be advisable to eat that stuff. And the most important stuff is actually kind of like not breathing on your food, not touching it too much, and putting it on clean surfaces. And if there's a lot more science behind it than just that, but that is a good start. You can go find the papers. So I'm going to put this on the burner. Let me put this in the fridge. And I'll put the blender base away so that it's out of the way. So there goes that. I could probably add more, but I don't want to add too much because I'm going to add water. And I don't want to cook too much of it in my pot yet. So for the water, I'm not going to add too much water. I'm only going to add about a half cup or so. Just enough to, or maybe even a quarter of a cup. Just enough to kind of allow the mixture to boil. And there it is. It actually looks decent. It looks really good. I'm actually surprised. I was expecting it to look more green because of the avocado, but it turns out to be more of a cream color. So I'll show you all that now. So there it is. And that I'm just going to turn on, I probably won't boil it too high. I'm going to cook it a little slower just by turning the heat down. Probably to about there. And that way the meats will cook slowly. They won't overcook as much. And since I'm not really going to eat this till probably tomorrow, you know, I'll just leave it on for a while and then turn it off before I go to bed and let the kind of heat up. So just to keep the heat in there, I'm just going to put this lid on top. And that's it. That is, it's kind of like, it's not really a cream sauce, to be quite honest. It's really like a, well, it's really an avocado, pear, lentil with carrots sauce via blenderizing as a base for cooking chicken and pork. So that is what it is. Chicken and pork with sauce kind of thing. But I'm going to eat it kind of like a soup. I'm not really going to add rice or anything. I could, you know, cook rice or even make pasta and add it with that. It could even use it like as a sauce for a pasta. So it's kind of close to a vegan meal, except I still enjoy adding meat. I'm really not joking. So that's pretty much it for that. What I'll do is probably like, once it's kind of cooked a little bit, I'll plate a little bit of it and either take a photo or show that part in a little video clip. But that is, you know, that's probably one of the best meals I've made in my life. I hope it tastes good. I'm pretty sure it will, because avocado tastes excellent, pear tastes great, and the lentils were pretty good too, and a little bit of carrots in it. Actually looks really good, and it smells pretty good. So there it is. So I will, you know, hope you all like the video. Share, subscribe, comment, and definitely contact me if you have any ideas, advice, interests, or for any reason at all. But maybe I'll do one more clip just to show the finished product like I was saying earlier. Anyway, and there's my dad over there. Yeah, there he is. I was telling him he should go be Prime Minister of Jamaica, but I think he doesn't really want to do that much work anymore since he's almost 70. But yeah, some of that was inspired by Vanessa Curie, whose father ran for president of the United States while she was a medical student. She was in my class. Her father's name is John F. Kerry, John something Kerry. I actually donated to his campaign, like $150 or something. But I was hoping my father would go do something with Jamaica. But I guess it'll have to be some private system that helps to upgrade the facilities on the island for all the people of Jamaica, the 2.5 million people on that island, as well as the Jamaican diaspora, and all the tourists and all the people on Earth, all the humans and all the animals, all the trees and plants, all the living things that love Jamaica, just like I do. Alright, so I'll finish that up, and there we go. Okay, so my pork, chicken, avocado, salmon, it actually does have some milk with lentils and carrots. Blenderized, not the pork and the chicken, but the other ingredients blenderized. That is pretty much done. So here it is. Let me just check the pork to see if it looks well cooked. That's a piece of the pear, that's a piece of chicken. I'll put it over in here. And I think that's the pork. Pork isn't well done, but that's still, I think that, well, that might be chicken. Let's see. Yeah, that must be pork. I think that must be pork. Anyway.
I know you don't fool around with pork, okay?
And my father. Alright, but anyway.
When you come up with that pain in the morning, I'm your bed up.
Yeah, it's gonna be just fine, man. Rotted. He doesn't eat so healthy yet, but I'm still working on him to improve his health. He has diabetes already. So, at this point, he's really just a patient. Maybe that will change. We'll see. Rotted. Sorry, I'm gonna just take a little bit of it, plate this, or put it into a bowl. And there it is. That is the soup. I'll take a second to see what it feels like, or tastes like rather. Well, yeah, it's actually, I definitely see what it feels like, as well as get a sense of what it tastes like. And let's see. So it's actually not bad. It's pretty good. That's just the chicken. I want to try the pork. I think that might be pork. And the pork is actually really good. So, I'm not going to heat this up much more. It's time to turn this down to low. Actually, I can just turn it off now. Keep it covered. The pork is actually cooked really well. And the chicken was already cooked, so I didn't have to worry about that one. And I just want to clean that off. So there it is. That's the soup. I don't really have a name for it yet. Maybe I'll call it, I don't know, Kenny sauce or something. I don't know. But it's pretty good. And it's really healthy. Good for your brain and your heart and the rest of your body. As well as your penis. Not joking. That is one of the other benefits of eating healthy. That your sex life will improve drastically. If you're just eating McDonald's and fucking a lot, well, it's not horrible. If you actually kind of improve your nutrition, superiorize it, you know, everything starts to improve drastically. So focus on nutrition. But anyway, this is pretty good. I definitely want to take care of it so that none of it spoils, and I can eat the whole thing over the course of the rest of this week and next week. Alright, well, that's my other vlog. This will be up soon. I already have a lag time on my vlogs, which is about a month or 2 months or even 3 months now, because I have a lot of vlogs. And my books I'm publishing. I have a lot of books. So, it'll be out there on YouTube and Amazon. My novels are on Amazon, and my vlogs will be on YouTube. And I have a feature film. Well, my feature film will have been up by now, since this vlog is after my feature film. Alright, well, check it out. Let me know what you think. Talk to y'all later. Bye.